These are the Edifier G2 II. Alright, coming in from Edifier, we have, oh, I'll take this plastic bag off, I should have done that beforehand. This is the G2 II. Yeah, okay, G2 II. Fair enough. No, not G22, you can't do that. G2 II. This is a gaming set of headphones that has a little microphone built in, an inline controller as well, and it looks the piece. So we're going to dig into these and see how they sound, and I'm actually going to record via this microphone an overlay on the top of this video, so apologies if it sounds a bit false, but that's the best way to test the microphone. So this has a 360-degree surround sound effect. The microphone itself is a flexible omnidirectional microphone, and it's lightweight, so let's dig in and see. And I'm going to pass over to myself on the microphone. Okay, so we have a cardboard box. It's not the most expensive cardboard box in the world, but then again, these aren't the most expensive headphones in the world. Okay, so I've got the headphones on and I'm currently broadcasting through the microphone that's attached to them, listening to myself work through the packaging here. And the sound is pretty darn good, and I hope this is coming through loud and clear, otherwise I'll have to stop and listen back to see if the microphone is doing well enough, which it seems to be. It's sitting about an inch from my mouth currently. If I move it around, I don't know if you can hear any noise or a fiddling around noise, but whenever it comes to background noise, there doesn't seem to be very much. I do have a fairly noisy stock fan in my AMD down by my shin, and it's not picking that up, so if you're gaming, you don't have to worry too much about background noise. One end of the cable is obviously a USB that plugs into your computer. It doesn't have an audio jack. It uses software to work with the computer, and the cable is fairly durable. It's that sort of plasticky cable, but it's still slightly better than some of the other ones that are out there. It's not braided, but that's no biggie. In line of the cable there is a clicky button, and if I was to make a noise and then press the button, to allow you to turn off and on the microphone. Above that is a light switch to turn on the LEDs, and then there is a volume rocker on the side, and it works for the headphones and not the microphone. There's Edifier branding on the back, and the button does have a good click to it, so you know that you have clicked it, and the light comes on and off. Turning our attention to the headphones themselves, you can see there is quite a bit of cushioning here, and it is very, very soft. It's not real leather, it's kind of a faux leather, but it's very comfortable. The microphone plugs into this 3.5mm headphone jack and twists and turns into place, and it locks once you get into position. On the back is a grill with the LEDs inside of it, and then G2 branding. And this adjusts as you would expect. There is a decent piece of plastic in here with some metallic metal below it, which is connected to the headphone, and then the padding around the headphone is not terribly substantial, but it's substantial enough, and it doesn't add any extra weight. There's Edifier branding on the top, and then we have the LEDs on the side under the grill again. There is L&R printed inside the ear cups, but if you have the microphone plugged into the left hand side, you won't get lost as to which side is left. The connection into the headphones is reinforced in a very standard way, and it looks alright. It takes a bit of abuse, and the microphone is quite difficult to take out. Twist it, it comes out okay, and there's the mechanism that is used for plugging it into the headphones themselves. And this is the headphone jack, very standard, small hole. Okay, so here we have the Edifier Gaming Center software that is bundled with the headphones. We have the output device selection, and that just, it seems to pop up every single time you open it. It's not feature packed, which is a bit of a shame. You can click up here and edit the volume for what it's worth. And then there's the microphone as well, where we've got mic in and the monitor, which you can select as you need to. Under settings, we have the system tray icon, the UI transparency, and the language setting. And then don't show startup message, which is we'll do that because I'm tired of seeing that message every time it comes up. Up here we have a little bit of output and input information. We can flip between some quick modes to be able to edit some of our settings, and then we've got information which gives us some updates of the CPL version, which is 1.0.0.1, and then a link to the website as well, some branding down there for X gear, and that's about it. There really isn't too much to this, but at least there is a little bit of customization. I had a look at some of the beefier models on the Edifier. I had a look at some of the beefier models in the Edifier range, and they do seem to have much more in the way of features for this, but since these are the lower end ones, I guess you don't have as much that you can play with, which is a bit of a shame, I suppose. It would be nice to be able to modify the way in which the headphones glow when you turn the LEDs on, and perhaps have one constant colour if that's what you're looking for, if you've got game colours that you're playing with at the time. So that does bring us down to sound quality, and these sound pretty good. They're not phenomenal, but they do sound very good whenever used for general gaming. I tried sitting back and listening to some music on it, and they were okay, but I think the strengths lie whenever you've got explosions and those sorts of slightly richer sounds that are required, as opposed to developing an entire soundscape for an orchestra. Playing through one of my favourite games, 7 Days to Die, the atmosphere is created very well. There are whispers in the background, you can hear zombies in the far off realms of where you happen to be, and the gunshots sound solid and packs a bit of a punch. It would be excellent if you could balance things out a little more with a few more options. They do provide a fairly decent experience right out of the box. So that's about your lot for the Edifier G2 II. A pretty decent pair of headphones, a very attractive price tag at about 30 quid, and one to consider if you're in the market for a set of USB gaming headphones. So let me know if you have any thoughts in the comments box down below. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, and remember to tune in to the Tech Addicts podcast on a Sunday afternoon, and it's available to download now. You can also tune in to TalkSport on a Wednesday morning at midnight for Inspect Your Gadget, and other than that, take care.